Live from Hazard, Kentucky, this is Jammin John's Wrestling News. Here is your news for Tuesday, October 29th, 2019. Jordan Myles released a statement on Instagram regarding his series of tweets that criticized WWE over a blackface t-shirt design. Jordan Myles wrote on Instagram, "My tweets yesterday were completely disrespectful and were unprofessional. I have offended a ton of people and used anger to fuel me. With that being said, I'd like to take this time to state and apologize for not giving a crap about what others think of me. The anger I have inside of me has been built up for years now. Call me what you want, but you'll never ever be able to call me fake. I've been lied to, used, and often mistreated by others who I viewed as associates. I've tiptoed around, kept quiet, even took some LS when necessary. Emotionally charged up due to the shirt which triggered past emotions. I'm never going to be sorry for being me, nor will I take back my words. I'm the damn professional wrestler in the world and universe today. My ribs are touching and I'm tired of waiting. Time to snatch plates from those that have been eating far too long and always get seconds while guys like myself have to eat crumbs from the floor like an unwanted child. For 4 years, I gave my all to a promotion only to find out that you could only reach so high just as long as you didn't surpass certain people. I never begged for anything, I never kissed no butt, nor did I rub elbows with the right people to get ahead. I hustled, worked hard, and I didn't call Hunter every day to get booked in New Japan. Shout out to New Japan Pro Wrestling. I earned it. I've always wanted to be the guy, and if no one will allow me to be in that spot, I shall blaze my own trail to that spot, rather it be by the approval of others or not. Today I shall continue to go the distance. Today I shall lead moving forward. Today I shall rise up from my past ashes like a dark phoenix and promote change in this industry. Remember these words. I am the best in the world, and no man or woman will stop me from being honest. Go the distance. Hashtag miles ahead. Hashtag for the culture." And staying on the topic of the Jordan Myles incident, during his recent podcast, WWE Hall of Famer Booker T discussed the controversial Jordan Myles blackface t-shirt story. Booker T said, "I don't know how this t-shirt got out without him knowing about it. It's not our job to step up and defend Jordan Myles over his t-shirt. Is it a racially driven concept of a t-shirt? In 2019, I cannot think that the guys actually went into thinking, let's make it a racial shirt about Jordan Myles. A lot of people may think that, but I just don't think the firestorm is worth going through this. It's just not. This going to social media crap is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. You can be working at Jack in the Box, and if something happens, you want to go to social media and talk about it. Your business and your job is your business with that company. It's not for the world to come in. I don't know when is the last time somebody on social media signed my check. I've never complained to social media about any racial situation that I've been in, and I'll tell you right now, if anybody knows me, anybody in this wrestling business knows Booker T, they know exactly what I've gone through and how I've handled every situation. There's never been a racial issue that has gone over my head or that I've swept under the rug. Every single time someone has said anything racial around me, I've handled it. And to hear this Uncle Tom crap, I've known Jay Lethal. Jay Lethal's put in almost 20 years in this business, and he's no Uncle Tom. I've heard people call me an Uncle Tom, and if they do it, I wish they would do it to my face. Don't do it behind those characters. Don't do it behind social media. Don't do it behind a cloak of anonymity. Do it in my face, because I will show you what an Uncle Tom really looks like." Booker T continued on by saying, "Social media and your business, they don't go together. That's just my opinion on that, and leave my name out of this crap. I'm standing way back on this one because this could have been handled a whole lot different than it's being handled. This is not a Colin Kaepernick moment. Let's just get that straight. First and foremost, if anybody has got something to say, I'm a very easy man to find. I'm at the Intercontinental Hotel in Los Angeles, California, kicking back and relaxing. Thanks to WrestlingNews.co for the quotes. Stay tuned to Jammin John's Wrestling News for any further breaking news updates on this story." In an interview with SportsIllustrated.com, SmackDown commentator Corey Graves talked about how the WWE male locker room is handling the trip to Saudi Arabia for Crown Jewel. Corey Graves said, "It's a long, grueling trip over there, but most of the talent like it because it's a pretty good payday. To me, it's super exciting to have these totally unusual attractions like Cain Velasquez and Brock Lesnar and Tyson Fury and Braun Strowman. If you take any sort of political feeling out of the equation, aren't you, as a fan of WWE, aren't you curious and excited to watch these attractions? It is what it is. This is not about politics for the talent. It's about doing what we do best on the planet all over the planet. Everyone that works for any company has things they love and things they don't love. But what we're all focused on is having to fly back to SmackDown in Buffalo the next day. Fightful.com noted the following about the tag team turmoil match at the Crown Jewel pay-per-view. Fightful.com said, as of early this week, the plan was for the Viking Raiders to win the tag gauntlet at Crown Jewel to stack accolades for them. We haven't heard any updates on the plans for that match since then. Also, in an interview with SportsIllustrated.com, Finn Balor commented on his heel turn from last week's NXT. Finn Balor said, when I went backstage, the producer told me that the only reason they hit my music was because there was zero audible noise in the venue. People were so in shock that there was no noise. The plan was to go out to boos, but that's not what we got. We got pure emotional silence. There is a video circulating around that Shane McMahon, who was recently written out of WWE storylines, was spotted arriving in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia for the Crown Jewel festivities. It appears that the video is from last year, with Dave Meltzer of F4WOnline.com noted the following about the video. Meltzer said, was told it was 1 year old. Also, Brock was not on the charter with the rest of the talent. Last night's episode of Monday Night Raw drew 2.133 million viewers. Last week's Raw drew 2.342 million viewers, and Raw from 1 year ago drew 2.472 million viewers. Here were the hourly numbers. Hour number 1, 2.326 million viewers. Hour number 2, 2.146 million viewers. And hour number 3, 1.928 million viewers. And staying on the topic of last night's episode of Monday Night Raw, the Rusev and Lana Divorce Court segment has been a hit so far as YouTube views go. As of today, the video has 2 million views and was easily the most watched video from Raw. The next most watched video is Seth Rollins vs. Eric Rowan, which had 812,000 views as of today. The WWE on Fox Twitter account responded to a fan that complained about a graphic not containing any people of color. The response from the WWE on Fox Twitter account was, what do you think Kairi Sane is? But then that was quickly deleted. A WWE and Fox rep explained why the tweet was deleted on Reddit. The representative said, it was a bad tweet on our end. We shouldn't have even replied, or we could have used other examples like the Street Profits, R-Truth, etc. But we just should have stayed quiet. Mistakes happen, and this was on us. In an interview with Chris Van Vliet, Tenille Dashwood, formerly known as Emma in WWE, talked about her release from WWE by saying, it was actually a really big shock for me. I had no idea. At the time, I was in a feud with Asuka, and we had just done the pay-per-view, and that was her debut, her pay-per-view debut. I think it was her actual debut as well. We had an awesome match. I remember everyone loved it, and then we had a match on Raw the night after, and then basically by the end of the week, I had a call saying I was released. All Elite Wrestling announced the following today. All Elite Wrestling brings in free judges for the World Championship title match at Full Gear on Saturday, November 9th. The panel of esteemed judges could decide the fate of Chris Jericho versus Cody at the Royal Farms Arena in Baltimore, Maryland. All Elite Wrestling today announced a new tiebreaker stipulation for its World Championship title match featuring defending champion Chris Jericho taking on the American Nightmare Cody at the Full Gear pay-per-view event in Baltimore on Saturday, November 9th. In the event, there is no winner at the end of the 60-minute time limit. Instead, a panel of free esteemed judges who will be seated at ringside must vote for the winner. In the event there is not a unanimous choice, the majority decision will be the winner. This will ensure that a draw will not be the outcome of this World Championship title match. Chris Jericho was crowned the inaugural All Elite Wrestling World Champion by defeating Hangman Adam Page in a brutal bloody match at All Out in August. Since then, Jericho has formed the nefarious Inner Circle with Sammy Guevara, Jake Hager, Santana, and Ortiz to counter Cody and the Elite. At the All Elite Wrestling Dynamite show in Pittsburgh last week, a vicious brawl between the two powerhouse factions erupted when Cody punched through a glass door of a suite to get to the Inner Circle, which spun into an all-out melee on the crowded concourse at Peterson Event Center. The free judges will also ensure that the blatant assists Jericho has received thus far from the Inner Circle will not be tolerated during the title bout. Cody's road to the championship bout included wins against Dustin Rhodes at Double or Nothing and Shawn Spears at All Out. Other feature matches at Full Gear include Jon Moxley battling Kenny Omega, Pac vs. Hangman Page, and the Young Bucks taking on the Inner Circle members Santana and Ortiz. Full Gear will be live on pay-per-view on Saturday, November 9th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Time, and is available for purchase via in-demand cable operators, DirecTV, Dish Network, and Bleacher Report Live. International fans can purchase the event at ITV Box Office and Fight.tv. And finally, here on Jammin' John's Wrestling News, today is the 2-year anniversary of Jammin' John's Wrestling News. It's hard to believe, folks, that 2 years ago, on October the 29th, 2017, I launched the very first Pro Wrestling News flash briefing skill for Amazon Alexa devices. And since then, you've seen a lot more of those Pro Wrestling News skills start to pop up for Amazon Alexa devices. And also, there has been thousands that have went and downloaded this skill onto their Amazon Alexa devices. I've also been blessed to have Ryan Hurdle and Tony Nelson subscribe to my Patreon, and I've been able to become friends with them. I've also been able to make a lot of amazing friends as well because of this, including Rich God on Instagram. He's an amazing guy and a great fan. Pineapple, Bodor, Mike, Lazarus, Crazy, Max, Focused, Kirto, all the TWD staff that have supported me over the years. Thank you guys so much. I love each and every single one of you that has supported me. In the 2 years that I've been doing Jammin' John's Wrestling News, JJWN has over 34,000 downloads. Can you believe that? That is literally insane. I'm still trying to wrap my head around that. But I want to thank each and every single one of you over the past 2 years that have supported me, that has tuned in and listened to every episode, every breaking news update, all the pay-per-view results that I decided to do. Thank you guys so much for the past 2 years. And let's go for many, many more years to come. So once again, thank you guys so much for the past 2 years. I love each and every single one of you guys. You mean everything to me. That is your news for Tuesday, October 29th, 2019. Check back here tomorrow for another Jammin' John's Wrestling News Flash Briefing on Amazon Alexa devices, Spotify, YouTube, Stitcher, iTunes, and Player FM. Follow me on Twitter at John Caldwell, JONCOLWELL. Follow me on Instagram to Jammin' John. If you'd like to sponsor Jammin' John's Wrestling News, or your wrestling promotion, want to get your next big event out, you can email me, jzcaldwell@gmail.com. That's JZCOLWELL@gmail.com. Big shout out to Ryan Hurdle and Tony Nelson for subscribing to my Patreon. You too can subscribe to me by going to patreon.com/JamminJohn. I have free packages on there ranging from free to $7. Not a whole lot of money. I would greatly appreciate it if you decided to support me a little bit financially. Once again, that's patreon.com/JamminJohn. This is Jammin' John saying thanks, goodbye, and I'll see you tomorrow.